All right, this is what we're gonna be doing. Sorry for the technical difficulties here in the beginning, but we are gonna be grinding with our companions until they get changed. So this is what's up. As you might have heard in the Magic community, we are gonna see a change on Monday. We're gonna see a banning for historic and standard, potentially. And also, 100%, the companion mechanic is going to be changed. So, in light of this, we are going to just jam our companion deck that we worked so hard to build. So, here we go. Let's do it. Look at our challenges today. We got to play 25 lands. We got to attack with 30 creatures and play 20 white or black spells. So that should be all conducive with our Lurrus deck that we built. We should be able to work towards all of those in the games that we play. So we will see. We will see what's going on here. All right. Yeah, this looks like a beautiful hand, right? Let's hope that one of these pieces of the cat oven combo does not get banned. We're playing against a Gigantha deck, which doesn't really tell us much. But we will see how it pans out. All right. I feel like I'm going to start off with good old Whisper Squad, man. This is going to force our opponent to handle what's on the board or get some pressure down. Hey, look at that. That's pretty solid. I'm almost okay with that. So we're going to swing in. Next to damage. And you know what? Yeah, we're just going to end the turn. I feel like if his whole plan is to just jam Cat Oven, we're just going to overwhelm his board. Robber of the Rich. So, luckily, he doesn't trigger here because we have the same amount of cards in hand. But let's do this. This is cool. Let's play the Oven. Let's play Claim the Firstborn. Let's move to attacks. And next to damage. We ripped another Robber of the Rich off the top of his library, which is really cool, though. We can also play our cat here. That's a pretty solid play, I would say. Now you watch him follow it up with something else. That was just the bait card right there. Yeah, we're definitely gonna block here. Sure. Yep, resolves. And yeah, we'll go ahead and sacrifice this right here. Bring him right back into play. Alright, dude. So I feel like we just probably bang in all attack. See what he does here. I feel like there's some commotion going on outside my house. I'm gonna have to check this out. Got a bunch of kids playing out in the street. Never know what those kids are up to. marks of damage. Alright, so now I think we're just going to cast our Rixmati Reveler for its spectacle. We are going to discard Whisper Squad. We're going to draw 3. I'm going to end the turn. What's up?
I need something in here.
And we got our first win of the day. Still undefeated with this deck. Please welcome our 80s star to the stream.
Bye.
Nikki. Nice seeing you. Thanks for making an appearance.
How are you?
Very beautiful today.
Love you.
Love you. Platinum Tier 1. Look at that. See, we're slowly working towards all of our challenges here. It's pretty solid. So, I say we're undefeated, but I feel like this isn't going to go on for long. We did recently change this, red-black Lurrus deck that we have. It used to be a lot more geared towards, I suppose we keep that. It used to be a lot more geared towards like creature removal and gaining card advantage off that with like Eidolon and such. But now it's more geared to like indirect removal. So it works in certain situations. I feel like we may still struggle against some like tier 1 Jeskai Yorion decks. You know, they run like the Luca Agent combo, which by the way, if I had to guess, Agent is my #1 draft pick for bannings this weekend, or you know, on Monday. I feel like that card is miserable to play against, and I'm telling you what, it is in jeopardy of catching a ban, in my opinion. I'm not sure if you guys have played against it, but it is very miserable. Give up full control. And there we go. Nice! God, he's probably playing Teamer Reclamation or some shit. So, yeah, I feel like we just jam this guy out regardless. Like, he's probably got a counterspell for it, but at this point, we don't really have the creatures to back it up anyway, so fine with me. And plus, he loses some crucial mana advantage by countering our spell there. I'm going to go ahead and cast this out of the hand. We don't really have any good plays. Having all land in our hand. So maybe he's actually Simic Flash, which is very, very interesting. I'm just going to jam this guy out here, see what he says about it. And results. Well, this is miserable. See what he says about this. We will resolve, and we will auto pay it. Ha! That wasn't a bad Thoughtseize right there. 2 for 1. How much more counter magic does he really have? Yeah, I feel like we're just waiting. If he flashes something in it at the end of turn, it tells you he doesn't have any more counter magic because he's trying to put the pressure on. He realizes he's got to do something. Resolves. Resolves. This guy's pretty sick. Yeah, so probably Teamer Reclamation, I would guess. Like, what exactly is this guy? Alright, man. So, let's cast Lurrus. Let's cast this guy. Actually, you know what? Let's cast this guy. Auto pay. Resolve. He's got to do something about it. Brazen Borrower. Sure. Resolves. Resolves. Now we just need to start ripping into some hardcore claim the firstborn. So we got rid of another Brazen Borrower in his hand, which is pretty sweet. I feel like we will definitely... we're going to attack Nissa. Yep. We just need to start ripping into some hardcore claim the firstborns here, man. That would be insane. Start taking his land, sacrificing it. Ask and you shall receive, brah. He knows we have Lurrus in hand, too. So, that's definitely a thing. We probably should have taken the other land. I feel like we just go in here. Yeah, all attack. Next to blockers. Let's see what he does. Yeah. Resolves. We'll sacrifice this. I think, should we just escape here? I feel like he's in a lot of trouble if he doesn't have a counter spell for this. So, obviously we're going to get rid of these guys. Probably keep Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Ah, we got to get rid of all of them, don't we? I suppose that's fine. Did he see me going that route? Yeah, he sure did. He sure did. Well. End the turn. Alright, so at least we know he's got no tricks. start gaining some life back. We can claim the firstborn. We can move to attacks. All attack Nissa. Damage. We're gonna probably jam this guy. Resolve. We're going to cast this guy. Resolves. Resolve. We're going to sacrifice him here. And then we'll relinquish our full control and see what he's got to say. And we'll sack his land. Actually, cancel. Tap this. Tap this. Sacrifice this. We'll use the mana to gain us some life back. And this is looking... it's looking pretty good on our end, I think. Oh, wow. Turning up the heat. No blocks. Well. Huh. Well, I mean, I suppose just jam this guy. Whoops. Well. Auto pay. Actually, we kind of need this for life, don't we? And yeah, no attacks, man. It's unfortunate but true. Or perhaps we should all attack and see what he does here. We're gonna swing in just like this. See what he does. He'll probably block it. He doesn't want us getting any value off that Lurrus. We're gaining 3 life either way. Sure. In the turn, man. Resolves. This is an interesting game. So this is, he's coming at us for 12 here. So we have to survive. We go to 2. Not quite sure how we're getting out of this. But, huh. Alright, dude. I suppose we just cast this guy. Resolves. Resolve. Yeah, we'll sacrifice. I don't think we live through this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we don't. Well, we were right. We ended up losing. Sort of a shame. But hey. It's what it is. The by the way, the Magic Arena season, I believe it ends very soon. I believe it ends on Monday. Like a whole new season is starting. So if you want to get your games in, move up as high in rank as you possibly can before the season ends. I believe you have until Monday. I think they restart on, like, at the end of each month. So seasons are a month long. This is fine. We kind of have something going with Whisper Squad. And we're playing against the control deck, Urion. So this is going to force him to do something about this guy. That's what I love about Whisper Squad. It's really good against these Urion decks. Looks like he's probably Luca. Yep, I think we just slam in the turn, man. Resolves. So I would imagine, I don't know, we've only seen blue-white so far, but he could just be sandbagging a mountain, and before you know it, he slams fires, and then next turn he slams Luca, and we're pretty effed at that point. Alright, so I think yeah, I mean obviously we just swing in. I think I'm gonna force the board wipe here. We kind of give him permission to 2-for-1 us, but we could also just call the Death Dweller on our own dudes. Then again, we're playing Lurrus. We can get him back anyway, so yeah, not entirely sure what we're worried about here. Like, if he wraths the board, okay, it's fine. Okay. Yeah, we already played our land. I think we just end the turn, man. We don't really need to commit much more to the board. Puts them both on the bottom. It's a good sign for us. All right, that's pretty good. So, this is interesting. Yeah, I say we just hold back. Yeah, we don't really need to commit anything to the board. End the turn. Still puts 2 on the bottom. Looking better and better for us by the minute. To Fairy. Time Ravala. Sure.
Stand by and watch.
Sure. Alright, man. So, pretty sure we're just playing this guy. We probably don't want him having a Teferi. So, let's attack here. Let's just send 2 at him, 2 at Teferi. Wow, he blocks one going at Teferi. Interesting.
Only time will tell.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, no reason to commit anything more to the board, right? I mean, we're gonna lose him anyway, but yeah, I suppose. I suppose. So, what do we do? I suppose we just cast Lurrus and just rebuild the board, right? Yep. And yeah. Yeah, just rebuild the board, man. He's got to do something about it. If he's got another Wrath, like, that's okay. We have a Call of the Death Dweller, so yet again, he's going to have to do something about it. So let's just... I'm going to tap this like this. Play Call of the Death Dweller. Taking Lurrus. Submit. Bring back Priest. Pay 2 life. Jam this guy down there. Get it in, man. Get it in. Oh, wow. Birth of Melitus. Okay. All right. All right. So, what to do here? I think for sure we just slam this guy out, right? And we probably just go in after him. See what he does. And yeah, man, end the turn. Like, he's in a lot of trouble. I mean, he's definitely dead next turn. On board. He's at 1 life on board, essentially, because we can sack the Dreadhorde Butcher with Priest of the Forgotten Gods. He loses 2 life and then takes 3 damage. So, this is going to be an interesting turn. I think he has to wipe the board here again. Sure. Sure. Resolves. Yeah, I think he's just dead. Yep, that's it, man. Wow. Lurrus getting that. We better enjoy this time with our companions, because shit's gonna change, man. Shit's gonna change. So, how do you think the companion mechanic is gonna change? How do you think it should change? The real question is, how do we fix the companion mechanic, right? With respect to the actual cards themselves. Let's crack this pack here, see what we get. Yeah, we got a Planeswalker, we got a rare wild card, and Mizium Tank. Huh. I've never even seen this card, man. This is sick. That is sick. Sweet. So, on our podcast recently, I had speculated that one way that we could change the companion mechanic and bring a lot of life to not only the cards themselves, like, and keep the respect for that mechanic, but also just make things really interesting and really fix what's going on in the metagame with companions, or really in Magic in general, and that is introduce color identity to every format. So if you're running a companion, then your deck has to follow that color identity. Think we're probably keeping this, right? So think about it, man. Like, some decks probably wouldn't change that much. Like, Obosh would still be just as good as before. But the metagame would change around it, which would, I think, inherently make it worse. But it also just makes it so that if you're running a companion, there's an additional and fairly significant restriction that you also, that also really, like, puts a damper on the abuse of companions, I think. Like, so even if they took it one step further and said color identity has nothing to do with has nothing to do with the mana symbols that are inside the card, such as like a la Jagantha, right? It's basically unplayable as a companion at that point. Like, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. So maybe if they go that route, they're going to have to think of that for sure. But it's also just one of those things that I think for sure it would be healthy for the format. It would definitely be fun. See, then it just stops shit like this from going on. This guy needs to catch a ban, dude. Hardcore needs to catch a ban. I think we're just swinging in, dude. Sure. God, Agent of Treachery is so stupid. Fibblethip the Lost. What a crazy deck. Alright, man. Are you kidding me? Wow. This deck is so stupid, man. Winota needs to catch a ban for sure. Winota, if not Agent of Treachery. Yeah, this is just discouraging. Who printed that card? Who thought that was a good idea? Wow. This is insane. I'm kind of curious at this point, like, what he's going for. Huh. Yeah. Well, that'll do us in, man. Yeah, one of those cards has to go. Winota's pretty bad, but just Winota pulling Agent of Treachery is so demoralizing, dude. Pretty much any deck that Agent of Treachery is in, it is very demoralizing. Just gonna sit down in my new sit-stand desk over here. All right, let's get back up on our feet here. We got a little bit left of this challenge to meet. Whoa, wait a minute. What? Hold on. I'm just checking out the drafts here. They have a premier draft. Traditional draft, Ikoria Lair Behemoths. Dude, we could draft. We might do that at some point this weekend. I feel like all the good players are going to be playing in the Arena Open that's going on. So this could be a very good opportunity for us to get some mad gems in draft. We will see. But by the way, if you haven't heard about it, the Arena Open, man, starts in 16 hours. That is going on Saturday and Sunday. So basically, if you haven't heard about it, it's, well, first of all, are you a real Magic fan? If you haven't heard of it, it's some pretty big news, man. day 1 is going to be join as many times as you want to, as many times as you care to pay 20,000 gold or 4,000 gems. Day 2 is going to be you have to do well enough in day 1 to get there. I think we're just jamming Witch's Oven here. We're playing against another Lurrus deck. Lurrus cycling at that, so yeah. Out. So we're not so much worried about that guy. I think we're gonna jam this guy down there, and then we'll put our Whisper Squad into play. So we're gonna start building up our life total, man. We want to stay away from Zenith Flare. Sure. Now he's on the go wide strategy. Pass to attackers. And my turn. We're gonna sacrifice this guy. Start building up that life total. Sure. Alright, so Priest of the Forgotten Gods isn't really that great here. But I feel like this is. This is very, very interesting. We're going to swing in. See how he blocks. Sure. So, pretty sure we're just aiming it right at the Valiant Rescuer. All because, if we ever expect our Priest of the Forgotten Gods to come online, we can't be having them have a ton of creatures. It's just really bad for us. Sure. We'll have him gain life all day. That's fine. Well, that's pretty good. So... Huh. Let's do this. And that's basically... We're going to hold on to the Claim the Firstborn for now. Just because if he plays another dude, like... You know, another dude that's going to give him tokens, I feel like this is going to be really bad for us. So we need to... Basically just need to stave off from that guy. The game progressively gets better for us the less creatures he has on the board, especially when we have Cat Oven combo going. Because eventually we just get out of range of a Zenith Flare. I mean, obviously if he has multiple Zenith Flares, which he can draw into, it's pretty bad news for us. But, yeah, see, this is very interesting. So we will double block here. Block here. And we will sacrifice our cat. Alright. The less creatures he's got, the better for us. Zenith Flare. Alright, dude. Well, at least a creature caught the Zenith Flare, right? At least it didn't get dumped in our dome. So, pretty sure still at this point We're just kind of coming after it, man. End the turn. Now we can take out his Draneth healer on command, which is pretty sweet. Sure. So we're probably just claiming the firstborn on Lurrus. Probably playing our priest, sacking Lurrus. Oh gosh, yeah, we gotta do something about that guy. Pass the blockers. We'll block here. And pass the damage. Bring this guy back. Alright, man. So. Alright. I feel like we can't pass up the opportunity to get rid of his Lurrus. Like, we have to do that. Play our priests. Next to combat. Swing. Sure. Next to damage. We're gonna sacrifice this guy. We kind of had to do it like that. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. He's gonna get some dudes. Bring it back. Getting out of range of that Zenith Flare. Alright, so let's just move to attackers. Sure. We could play our own Lurrus here. Which I'm definitely inclined to do. It doesn't look like he has much for guys either. So for cycling cards. So we could just do this. We could go sacrifice, make him sack a dude. Sacrifice 2 other creatures. Suppose we'll sacrifice... Yeah, we'll sacrifice both of these dudes. Target a creature or planeswalker for 2. We'll target him. Yeah, we'll target him. Yeah, that's pretty bad news for him, I think, man. Yeah. End the turn. That's pretty good. Pretty good play, man. And we're getting ever closer, like ever further out of the range of his Zenith flares too. So, yeah, we're probably definitely sacking him here. All right, so let's go ahead, play Croxa. We'll sacrifice this guy. Resolve. And then we will play this. Target Lurrus. Submit 1. Bring back our Whisper Squad. And we'll just swing in, man. It's looking pretty bad for him. Looking pretty bad for him, dude. Yeah. I don't think we've ever lost to another Lurrus deck so far with either version of our Lurrus deck, but especially not this one, man. This one's pretty sick, dude. We got a new avatar. So how do we even activate those avatars? Do we go profile? Or yeah, I'm sorry, pet. Regal Cub. Of course we're taking Regal Cub. I feel like it's time for a new avatar too. Who do we want? We want Luca. We want people to think. We want people to think that we're on some sort of. If they're making judgments on us as soon as they see our avatar, we want them to think we're on some sort of Luca deck, man. That's what we want. But then they see Lurrus either way. Yeah, it's true. Hey, we got a companion. We already had that guy, though. He's no fun. He's no fun. Alright, we've met our challenges for the day. And that's only after 4 games. 3 wins in 4 games. We also got some mastery going on. Let's see what we can get for some mastery alternate card arts here. Sure. Gem Razor. And this one's the prettiest. We gotta do it. Cool. I'm not a huge fan of like those alt art frames, but hey, they're a reward, right? Yeah, I just feel like I'm the type of player where I don't necessarily need to be really flashy with the cards that I play, right? Like there's some people in, like you'll see them in your local game stores and such, like they just like foiling out their decks. They love that stuff. I'm not necessarily the type, so especially on Arena, it doesn't mean as much to me. Playing against another Lurrus deck. He's also a cat oven style deck, so he is also likely red-black, I would guess. That's weird. Very weird. Huh. Huh. That's an interesting card to play, because that tells you he definitely has he definitely has Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Because he's looking for some sort of value off of his Saka lit. And that gives him some pretty good value. Probably saving this Myers Grasp for his Lurrus. What is this? It's from graveyards. You gain 1 day for each creature. Wow, that guy's nasty. So, in which case, do we just cast Lurrus anyway? He could be mono black Lurrus. Be nice to have a red land, wouldn't it? I feel like we just get this guy down there and really try to set up for a big next turn. Because at this point, he's just going to start exiling our graveyard. Destroy target creature. Alright. Alright, I suppose. Sure. Priests. Okay, so at this point, I feel like we need to get rid of something, but my fear is, yeah, I just feel like we gotta play Lurrus here, right? Yeah, that's a weird spot to be in. Timoret. Chosen from death. That's pretty cool, man. That creature would die this turn and exile it instead. Alright, well, this is the time. We gotta do this. Submit. Sacrifice these guys. Make him sacrifice a creature. We draw a card. Still can't draw a red land. He might return the favor to us right here. Definitely see that happening. Or him moving to attacks first, at least. Nope. He's gonna lose out on some damage. Alright, cool. So at least we get to kill his Lurrus now. Then this game just gets weird. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. This is odd. Huh. Is there a way to do this? Yeah, we have to Myers grasp his Lurrus. And then we probably just want to make him... Oh, yuck, dude. Yeah, I suppose we just jam in with this, because at this point, if he kills it, we'd get to take out his Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Sure. If we can rip a land here, we're probably looking okay. Well, kill his priest. Alright, dude. So, we definitely take our Lurrus back, right? We definitely play this. Alright, dude. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Is he gonna get rid of our Lurrus again? Sure. Sure. If we can rip a land off the top, there we go, dude. This is gonna get pretty bad. So, we're gonna do it again. Get Lurrus. Submit. Myers grasp his dude. And we'll go all in, man. And hopefully he doesn't have another removal spell, right? That's it, dude. That's it. Yeah, he should have been exiling the graveyard for sure. Like, because if his fear was that I got Lurrus back, he probably just should have exiled my graveyard. But hey, still undefeated against Lurrus decks. That's pretty solid. Alright, what do you say we jam one more? We've met our challenges. We're still too far away from the 20K to enter the tournament. So we might just be tapping out on that one. That's fine, right? Me go first. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we just cast Witch's Oven here and see what he's got. Alright. Witch's Oven. That's usually the turn 1 play that I like to make, because then on your ensuing turn 2, it makes it so that if they do something about your guy, you can just sacrifice him in response. So he's team or something. Probably just get rid of this guy, right? Like, he might be some sort of mutate deck. And if so, we don't want him having dudes. Sure. So, let's jam this guy down there. Let's claim the first point on his dude. All attack. Sacrifice his dude. We're kind of blowing our wad here, though. He has significantly more cards in hand than we do. He could be on some weird Yamori deck. Because that creature says that he probably just has all creature spells. Yeah, this is interesting. What is this guy? Protection from blue. Okay. Alright. Alright, dude. So, I'm all for casting Lurrus here. And if he does something, just make him sack his dude. You know what I mean? Like, if he kills Lurrus, at least he loses his 5/4 out of it. And we always have a chance we could rip into something to get Lurrus back. No blocks. Alright, so unfortunately it's forcing our hand on this one. Submit, and we'll sacrifice these guys. He'll have to sacrifice his dude, unless he has some sort of flash guy. Nope, perfect. And resolve. My turn. Let's just get in, dude. End the turn. Sure. Sure. Alright, well, let's gain some life back. We kind of need a Call of the Death Dweller here. Well, that's fine too, I guess. Yeah. Damage. We'll just spectacle this guy and see if we can draw some cards, man. Yeah, that's pretty good. Already played our land, so we just play this guy, I guess. And end the turn. Good thing is Crocs is going to be nasty out of the graveyard if we can rip a red. Oh, Questing Beast. That's not good. Yep. No blocks. Nasty. My turn. Well, almost right on time, brother. Yeah, dude. Just return Lurrus, right? Then we return this guy. We sacrifice 2 dudes. He has to sacrifice a dude. We draw a card. Then we make him discard the last card in his hand with Croxa. And before that resolves, we'll sacrifice that. Resolves. Resolves. Next to combat. No attacks. End turn. And it was a mutate card. So he is some sort of weird mutate deck. He could scoop it up right here. This could be it. This could be it. Bone Crusher. You bastard. Alright, dude. Let's activate this ability. Gain some life. Pretty sure we're just unearthing this guy, right? Yeah, that's it, dude. That's it. I say unearth, but escaping. Escaping this guy. Sweet, man. Lurrus is so good. Like, obviously something has to change about these companions. By the way, we got a mythic card here. What is it? Drum roll. That was the most pathetic drum roll. Hey, Finale of Devastation, man. That's pretty sweet. I feel like that has a lot of potential in Historic. Sweet. But yeah. Cool, man. I think we're gonna call it a day there. We got a ton of gold today. We met all of our challenges, and we actually did pretty good, man. I think we went five wins out of 6 games. So 5-1, not too bad. We're still moving up the ladder. I might try to get to the next rank this weekend. It's probably all up in the air. I might do the as you notice, there's this arena draft that's going on now with its traditional Ikoria Lair Behemoths. As you know from our previous streams, we know how to draft that now. Like we get it. It takes a while of drafting a set to like understand how to do it, and I think we got it. With the last draft that we played with Ikoria, we went 7-1, It was solid. I'm up for trying it again. And like I said, the better players will probably be playing in the Arena Open this weekend. So either we're going to have a real hard time finding an opponent for draft, or we won't be playing against the tier 1 people, right? Like, so that'll be good. A decent opportunity to get some gems. And who knows? You know, maybe we have enough to do 2 drafts, and technically that can get us there. That can just about get us there with gems. So who knows? Maybe we'll try it out tomorrow. See if we can join up the tournament. But it's going to require some grinding, that's for sure. But you know, it's possible. So I guess we shouldn't really give up on the pipe dream yet. But another question, like I said, I wanted to pose to you guys before we go. What do you think should be done about Companion? I kind of alluded to it on the stream here, that I think if you had color identity into all formats regarding Companion, it changes the game pretty significantly. It makes it so that, you know, all of the decks in Modern that are running Lurrus, because hell, why not? They can't necessarily do that anymore. Like, a Lurrus deck in Modern will be some sort of black-white deck that abuses the graveyard. You know what I mean? Lurrus won't just find its way into a burn deck sideboard or find its way into like a creature's toolbox sideboard just because. You know what I mean? Just because it meets the requirements. People are speculating that likely it will be the case that there's some sort of card disadvantage when you have Companion, when you have chosen a Companion. Either way, I think it will benefit the gaming community with regards to Companions, but I would just really love to see color identity be introduced into all formats regarding Companions. It's simple, it's easy to understand, everybody plays Commander, everybody knows about color identity. Let's do it. Let's go, Wizards. Let's make that a thing. But aside from that, I want to thank you guys for watching the stream, for watching us jam here with some Lurrus decks, and thanks for joining me on my continuing adventure to get gold, gems, and wild cards to hopefully one day, which this goal will be even more important soon, build a different tier 1 standard deck. So we'll see how the metagame shifts on Monday when the bannings come out, and from there, we'll continue the grind. Thanks for joining me, man. I will see you guys next time.